No one had actually explored this before, especially in the funeral field.
I lost my grandmother, and being very close to her, it took a very, very long time. And how I wish this product was available.
Actually, we've always been a fan of TENG. For the longest time, we've always admired how they transform traditional Chinese musical instruments into something more relatable and modern for all of us. And when I attended one of their concerts, I heard that they actually incorporate binaural beats into the composition so that they can help people with their stress and anxiety. And I thought, why don't we do that for grief? I thought that was really powerful. That's why I approached them to see if we can work out something together.
This relationship was a friendship that we've built over the years.
When we first heard from Jenny and Darren that, when they read about the binaural beats that we were doing, and they will hope to see how that can be incorporated into the work that TENG is doing. Yeah, we thought it was a rare app because we had binaural beats then, and we were venturing into this new thing called monaural beats.
Our work with Direct was not without basis. There was a research study that was done in Germany using monaural beats and how monaural beats had a positive effect on grief-related emotions. So with that in mind, we commissioned a study with Singapore Institute of Technology, and we went to research whether TENG's prototype with monaural beats was able to help with grief or grief-related emotions, and it came back quite positively. With that, we were armed with some research and some data, and we expanded our creativity and we created something together with Direct, which was very honest, very simple, but also very innovative, meant to address the grief-related emotions that everybody feels, and if we can be able to alleviate that through the power of music.
Having somebody passed away in your family or be it close friends, it's something really very impactful and very hurtful. I lost my grandmother, and being very close to her, it took a very, very long time. And how I wish this product was available earlier that could help in any way. I think what excites us most is the impact that it will bring to people in the community that we serve.
No one had actually explored this before, especially in the funeral field, and we just felt that it's right, even though we didn't know whether it will work. So we just trusted our gut feeling and went ahead to do the study with them. And the most rewarding was that we found it worked, that it could really benefit people who are not just dealing with grief, but grief from all aspects of life, whether through a breakup, through separation, or really caregiving in general. So I think that's meaningful for us, that we knew that this thing that we actually worked on will work.
Because I have been touching this material for quite some time, is that the music will be able to hold space for you. And it will be able to hold that time for you so it can process your emotions. And you may not have to necessarily say it in words. The music can speak through your body, the sound can reverberate through your body, and you can process your emotions through that.
Sometimes the music can also be a conversation starter to make people or encourage people to talk, maybe through the music. Then family members can open to one another, or friends can open to one another through the topic of, hey, I listened to this music and I thought of this, I thought of that. And that can be kind of like a conversation starter as well for the emotional release.
I like that the music was very universal. Different parts of the songs reminded me of different times with my family members. There's just some parts, it's not, it's not from that song, but it brings you back to the time where you heard something similar.
Hence that's why the idea of it being a conversation starter somewhere, that you're being reminded of certain things from the past, for example.
I agree. I think music helps people to feel even before they have words. And especially in grief, sometimes you don't know what you're feeling, but the music actually helps you to connect to your feelings better. You only know the hurt that you feel, but music helps you bring out that emotion even more.
To add to Jenny's comment, I think this is a very innovative way to actually push forward how one actually approaches grief, or even grief-related activity. This innovation in itself is quite remarkable already, because most of the time we're left to our own devices, or at the most we get counseling or we talk to someone. But sometimes this allows us to process quite a bit of our emotion alone. And we are also able to partake in something that is shared and also individual at the same time. Because this music, as what Darren said, has become a little bit of like has universal themes. And you can be part of the conversation with someone, or you can also choose to have this conversation with yourself. And the music actually helps to alleviate that.